Okay, how you doing? I want to say that life is a struggle. Okay, let's have a talk, shall we? Life is a struggle. Life is all about struggle. Most of the time, we're always walking the edge of a knife, aren't we? At least those who do struggle. I will say I have no love for this world. This world is hard. This world is harsh. This world doesn't care about you. That's why I look to the next world. But life is a struggle. As human beings, we've been struggling for a long time. If you're not struggling, then you don't know what life is about. There are some people who don't struggle in this world, and I know that. People that never worked a day in their life. People that had trust fund kids, you could say. Struggle builds character. Hardships build character. And it makes you turn to God. Hi, how you doing, Ayla? How you doing, Ayla? How you doing, Ayla? I know my pain. I'm not in pain because of... Amen, Iron Man. Amen. Hello, Toulon. Hello, Toulon. Amen, Iron Man. Many of us, at different times in our lives, have walked the edge of a knife. And if you did, you never built any character. Hello, Caden. How you doing? Trust me, struggle builds character. Having troubles makes you a problem solver. I think God puts obstacles in our way so we can build. So we can build character, so we can be better. Thank you, ETB. Thank you. My father once said, it's not how many times life beats you down. What matters is how many times you get back up. It's not a green screen, Carl. But think what you want. Thank you, Not Good Dan. No, Caden. Like my new profile? Oh, Wendy, Wendy, Wendy. Well, I don't even have a car, much less a trunk. So I don't understand that one. Thank you. My father's in heaven. Um, my dad is in heaven, you know. Thank you, Al. Thank you, thank you. Well, finally, I was able to get here without Dave. So I got no competition. Thank you, Carl. But yes, if you're not struggling, if you've never struggled in your life, you've never wanted for naught. And I've known some people like that to a lesser or greater degree. They are not very good people. You can tell people who have grit and that people have struggled. They're much more humbler people. Yeah, I'm glad he is. I'm glad he has his arms full. Thank God. Wow, you saying I'm stupid, whoever that was. Obviously, you've never struggled in your life. You've never wanted for naught. You know, a lot of times, I have a lot of bad memories of a lot of bad times. Now that's true, Iron Man. You know, I'll tell you what, I've been through a lot of crap in my life at an early age. I struggled. But you know what it did? A lot of those things built character. Eventually, it got me to turn to God and find healing. So, that's the importance of struggle, I guess. People who don't struggle, they have a bad attitude about life. You know what I mean? Very true, Parasola. Okay. We got, a lot of great people here. You know, I think I get more because Dave is busy right now. You know. Now, recently I did a stream where I did confront Dave on his unbiblical, in my unbiblical Jehovah's Witnesses beliefs. And for those who don't know what Jehovah's Witnesses are, they're not a church of God, in my opinion. Well, not just a lot. It's not just my opinion. It's the Bible's opinion. It's God's opinion, because a lot of the things they believe are not biblically sound. Okay, Parasola. That's very true, Iron Man. And I had a friend who espoused some of those beliefs. Of course, he didn't really follow the complete moral precepts of that particular cult, but Dave did not. But at the same time, I was worried about him, worried about his soul. So I brought in a friend, a brother, a Christian brother, who was a former Jehovah's Witness, and he really did. I think the beginnings of opening Dave's eyes, and I hope that the seed I planted, or the seed God planted, will take root in the future. You know what I mean? For all my flaws, it saddens me to see a soul go to hell. You know what I mean? Amen, Iron Man. Amen. That being said, God has planted a seed in Dave's mind, and I think it will bloom eventually. No, Carl, it shouldn't. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? We're talking about struggle here. Struggle. And this is I'm not saying all women, but the women who don't struggle, like, for example, a lot of women, and I'm not saying that this is not, a lot of women in the West, I'm going to say this, okay? I'm talking about modern Western women. When they're young, mind you, when they're young, they don't have to struggle. Basically, if they're young and pretty, let's say if they're young and pretty, okay? So it's one category of woman I'm talking about in the West here. One. Not all women, just this one category. Let's say, hypothetically, you have a woman who is very attractive. You know what I mean? Well, she's used to never being said no to most of her life. She's used to getting her way because, well, men want to what with her. You know what I mean? Because she's very attractive. So men tell her what she wants to hear. She gets her butt kissed a lot of times. She basically has the best of everything because men will pay for that because she's extremely attractive. Okay? When she's young, mind you. Okay? So, say hypothetically but all that slowly goes downhill when she starts to come into her 30s. When she starts to come into her 30s, this very extremely hot woman is finding out, well, she's not being treated like she's special anymore. And now, she didn't have to struggle when she was younger, okay? She didn't have to struggle when she was younger, right? So she's not used to struggle, but now she's really struggling. Really struggling. I'm talking about really struggling when she's older. See, if you don't struggle early in life, you don't have struggles early in life, you'll do a lot worse later in life. So, like I said, the hypothetical hot chick, right? Where, let's say, it's from high school to college, okay? She's had everybody telling her what she wants to hear. She had everybody, you know? No, I don't know that person. I don't think that person's even a woman, you know? Anyway. What I'm talking about is that it's important for you to struggle early in life because it builds your character. If I've noticed anything, people that don't struggle early in life do far worse later in life because they're not used to struggle. You know? And that's what I'm talking about. But maybe I need to change the subject because the whole struggle thing, I think it's run its course. So, like I said, struggle builds character. Going through trials and tribulations builds character. A life without troubles is a life not worth living, in my opinion. Because this world is because you find out early on that this world is a harsh, unforgiving place. And you turn to God, but that's just my opinion of it. Anyway, you know, does anybody else have any stories about how they struggled, you know, and how the struggle has made them better? Anybody? I'm opening up the stories here. I'll read your stories, you know. Okay. Going down in views. Alright. Well, I guess we'll talk about something. Let's talk about slingshot, shall we? The simple slingshot. Let's see. Yeah, you know what time it is. Alright. Well, let's move around, shall we? Maybe, it's raining tonight. It's gonna be raining for a couple nights around here. Alright. In a way, a slingshot's a good analogy about how early in life, when you struggle, there's tension, but it will slingshot you forward. Awesome. Well, awesome, Moan. I'll call you Moan. Awesome, Moan. Yeah. Like I said, slingshot builds up its tension, right? And if you're early in life, and there's a lot of tension, a lot of struggle, a lot of troubles, well, that's a lot of pressure on you, right? But it will slingshot you forward. And Dave Voodoo. You know, once I was, Dave. Now, I'm not going to let you. Dave, God bless him. One time, right, I asked Dave if he was going to ride a mechanical bull. You know what he said to me? He said, "Oh, no, that'll throw my back out." Okay. Yeah, Dave. I wanted to take him to a country western bar. And I wanted to record it too. To see him ride a mechanical bull. Noodles. There are a few times I made a few jokes because of Dave's beard, right? He looks like a garden gnome, right? So I made a few garden gnome jokes. He hates those jokes, by the way. I said, Dave, for Halloween, you should dress up like a garden gnome. He hates that. I don't know why. It's just a garden gnome joke, but... Okay. A little bit of and another thing to talk about is having a good sense of humor. I've lived through some pretty hard times. But you know what? Humor gets you through it. You have to find the humor in everything. You have to find the humor in it. You have to find the laugh. You can either look at it as a tragedy or look at it as a comedy. It's best to look at it as a comedy, in my opinion. It's like, if that's what you got to do. If you don't laugh at, you gotta basically find the humor in everything. That way, it's like, it's good, And that's another thing you should do. Find the humor in everything. Don't take life too seriously. Enjoy the journey. Not the destination. Yes. I'm glad you agree, Moan. I'm glad you agree. Yes. And I would say, connect to nature. Hello, Jim. Doing good, Chisel. All right. As Matthew McConaughey would say. Today I trimmed some branches. And I was riding back. There's always these long branches when it comes to the sidewalk. It always gets me right in the neck. Ugh. So I took my trusty pruning shears, came back to that spot and cut it down a little bit, trimmed it a little bit. That don't happen again. It's out riding. Okay. So how was everybody's Christmas, everybody? Did you get some good stuff for Christmas? I got a lot of great gifts. I got a Carhartt hoodie from Sherry. I'll have to, downstairs, I'll have to bring it up. Next stream, I'll bring it in. Oh, you're one of those, Shizzle. Another J-Ho? Awesome, Shizzle. What's awesome? Awesome, Jim. Awesome. Ha 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 ha. Yes, yes, yes. Well, if you just came in, give me some likes. Thumbs up, people. Thumbs up. I only got 5 likes. Give me more than that. I cleaned up today. Ah, cool, Jim. Cool. Now we got 8. That's good. 8 likes. All right. So we're doing well. Yeah, I hear that pretty soon it's going to be like you can immerse yourself and it feels real. Or it's going to get that good. Where you don't even have to move, where you can move in the VR and not have to move your body. It's going to be connected to your brain somehow. Like dive gear. And that anime. Alright. Shizzle. Sure, buddy. Alright, well. I just might. Jim. Yeah, I remember that too. You forget I'm late Gen X. I remember Johnny Mnemonic predicted a lot of the internet stuff that we're seeing today. All right, well, let's talk about some things. You know, the year is about to end. It's almost New Year's. A new president, well, a new president is about to be sworn in. No more bumbling Biden, no more Democrats. And I say at the very least, you still have your First and Second Amendment now. Because I can tell you this, if you know who got in there, If Kamala got in there, she would have been one to repeal the First and Second Amendment. Yeah, right. Kamala wasn't popular. I'm Gen X. I'm late Gen X. I was born in 1980. So, yeah, I'm late Gen X. I have that Gen X kind of attitude. I spent my childhood in the late 80s, the last great decade. That's right, Jay. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. You only get one. Yeah, Shizzle. Now, I'll say it this, okay? I'll talk about this. I'm going to be a little controversial when it comes to music, okay? Although I'm from that generation, I never liked rap or hip hop. Never liked it. I just never cared for it. I always liked rock and metal. So I was always listening to bands like Slipknot and stuff like that. And I was never listening to like rap or nothing like that. I never liked rap too much. I always liked some of the '80s bands, '90s bands. You know, like Filter, um, Alice in Chains. See, I was 13 when I saw Kurt Cobain on MTV, and then I was listening to Alice in Chains. So I'm still an Alice in Chains fan. I'm still an Alice in Chains fan to this day. I love 80s and 90s music. Not all 90s music. I'm selective about the 90s music. Some of the music from the early 2000s were pretty good. Like some of the rock and metal bands. But, yeah, I love 80s music. I'll tell you why. 80s music had a unique sound. And there was different kinds of 80s music that you can listen to, and they were fun. It was fun to listen to. Really was. It was like, see ya, Jim. Interesting, Shizzle. Now, there is one genre of music that I cannot stand because I was in neighborhoods where they pump that out. Pum, 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 pum. I can't stand rap and hip-hop, and I just can't stand it. I mean, I just don't like it. It's not music. It's not music, okay? It's not even music. So I don't... Music is singing. Music is instruments. You know? I don't consider rap or hip hop music. An art form. I'll give it that. I mean, but music, not. But I love the 80s music. Yeah. I love Man of War. That's when I remember, hearing Warrant, Cherry Pie. Man. Well, hey, Brawny. How you doing, Brawny? I've heard a few of their songs. They're not bad. I listened to some, I was listening to Korn, Slipknot, Power Man 5000 when I was in my 20s. But I like different kinds of music these days. When I was in my my 20s and my 18s, I was really into metal. You know what I mean? Alright. Talking about music. But I can't stand rap and I can't stand hip hop. That stuff is, I hope that genre dies. I really do. Hope it dies out. It might take a long time, but it seems to be getting there. I can't stand it. I've listened to them. I've listened to a lot of their songs, actually. I don't listen to everything, but good for you, Shizzle. That's something I'll never do. Because I like to rock. Like I said, one of my favorite bands is Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains. I listen to a lot of their songs. Now, some people like Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, but Alice in Chains. It's the vocals. It's the heart of that band that really, you know. It's the heart of the band. I've listened to a few of their songs. Brawny. They're not bad. I like some of their music. I just don't. But I kind of parted ways with. I've listened to their music, but to be honest with you, it turned out to be a lot liberal. Apparently, years back, I found out the lead singer was supporting liberal causes, and I kind of went away from him. I used to be a fan of his, but I was not now. Good for you, Shizzle. Good for you. I did like Power Man 5000. I'll tell you why I like Power Man 5000. It was a science fiction themed band. That's an original concept right there. You know? Dude, that's kind of a personal question. This is not a stream for that. Brawny. I mean, this is a Christian channel, so keep the raunchiness at a bare minimum. Anyway, let's talk about how you doing, Golden Girl? Thank you for being a friend. Your heart is true. What can I say? I grew up on 80s sitcoms, you know? That and Mama's Family. Yeah, I don't really care what John Camilla's got. I don't care. You bet. I'm ready for the new year. Thank you for being a friend. Traveling back again. Yeah, no, now that theme song's in my head now. Oh, another song I would like to. You wanna go where it. Now, this is one of my favorite sitcoms of the 80s. One of them. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. It's okay, Golden Girl. And everybody's glad you came. And troubles are all this. Troubles are the. Everybody knows your name, you know. Cheers. You wanna go where everybody knows your name. And everybody's glad you came. You know? Yes, 80s sitcom theme songs. Well, it was kind of cloudy, but the weather was, the temperature was really great. Go on, girl. That's way before my time, Shizzle. Now, love and marriage, it's an institute you can't disparage. Ask the local gentry, and they will say it's elementary. Try to separate them. It's an illusion. Try, you only come to this conclusion. Love and marriage. Where's that one from? Yeah, very good, Golden Girl. Alright. Yeah, you know it. Al Bundy. Married with Children. Oh, Al Bundy. We could use you now. Yeah. We need Al Bundy to assault some fat women. It cracked me up too, Golden Girl. Oh yeah, definitely. I remember Alf. Does anybody remember Alf? uh, Most of the people in that show are who were on that show are dead. Sadly. Ah, thank you, Golden Girl. God bless you. I forget how that song went. Yeah, Archie Bunker. Why do I hear the Miller play? Uh, Guys like me, we had it made. Those were the days. Yes, Eddie Eagle. Just having some fun. We're talking about the importance of struggling in life. Nah, I'm not much of a drinking man. Hear the Miller play. But I can't remember all the lines to that, All in the Family. I can't remember the lines to that theme song. Let's see. A lot of the great 80s sitcoms, didn't have words to them. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know who that is. Oh, if you're talking about that fitness guy, yeah, I saw a few of his videos. Yeah, Dan, dan, maybe a cartoon, because this was actually Feel the Magic, Feel the Roar, Thundercats are loose. Thunder, 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 cats. Thunder, 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 cats. Good for you, Precious. God bless you. I'm doing quite well. Thank you, thank you. I got 9 likes. Awesome. Alright, let's see what else. Yeah, I don't remember all the words to that song. Eddie? I saw a rerun as a kid to All in the Family, but I never remember the words. I know Meathead Rob Reiner went to a mental hospital. Boy was Archie Bunker right about him. Meathead. I would say the Cheers theme song is one of the best. See you, Precious. God bless you. Hear the Miller play. Okay. Well, enough with the TV theme songs. Guys like us, we had it made. The way the world is on your shoulders, it sure would help a lot. But wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. Where everybody's glad you came. You want to go where everybody knows your name? So am I, YouTube fan. Cheers. Thank you, Eddie. Uh, let's see what. Thank you, Jay. No, Jay. Norm. That it was, Susan. That it was. Kelly Bundy. Unfortunately, the woman who played Kelly Bundy is a liberal bitch. So, not my generation, Jay. I never liked Pokemon. I was in high school when that stuff was going on. Never cared for it then, don't care for it now. I grew up on 80s cartoons. You know, cartoons from the 80s. Like Thundercats, the real Ghostbusters. Say what you want about me, Susan. I don't know why you're calling me misogynist. I didn't say anything misogynistic. Yes, I'm single. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Trust me, there's a lot of women who don't like liberals too, so. I'll put it this way. When it comes to women, you know, the old saying goes, if we want to really get chauvinistic, shall we? Let's say this. Women age like, men age like fine wine. Women age like milk. I'll have another job, Brawny. Oh boy, if you're even a woman. You didn't raise me at all. Oh, shut up. You're not Susan Hilly. Susan Hilly is dead. Okay? And Susan Hilly didn't raise me. Going great, Guns and Gears. Going great. I'm doing good. Well, we were talking about different things. We were talking about the importance of struggle. You know, people struggle in life. I think the struggle builds character. Adversity builds strength. I'm still strong, Susan. And Susan is dead, and you're not Susan. So I don't know where you're going at. She's down the pit. Whatever, Susan. Boop, 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 boop. Well, it certainly didn't do your body any good. I'm gonna tell you. I have a home gym. I have a workout room just across the street, Jay. Really, Boneyard. Yeah, whatever, Brawny. Well, here's the thing. Back to hell for you, Susan. Poke, poke, poke. Jay, I'm not going to talk about that. Well, every time I send a live stream over there, it doesn't work. Apparently, you can't get a signal out there. No Wi-Fi signal goes in there. I have done a lot of videos in there, so yeah, recorded videos. Alright, alright. Well, if you just came in, give me some thumbs up, people. Like it. Alright. Yeah, there's no signal that gets out there. We've tried several times. It was just always bad. Very good, Susan. As long as you give me likes, you already are helping me, Susan. Very good. That's funny, Guillermo. Alright, we got 14 views and only 11 likes. Do you want to get out of hell? 12 likes, I'm liking that. No, Jay, it's about outdoor stuff. Shooting, bushcraft, knives, slingshots. I know. I gotta send her back to the grave where she came. I ain't trying to find nothing. I already know who I am. Alright, Jay. And what I am. How nice, how nice, how nice. Ah. But it's pervy when men do it, right? Yeah. That's funny, Guillermo. Susan, I think that's the very thing that got you thrown into the pit. I think it's the guy that, you know, you're saying the same things that got you thrown into the pit. So, keep digging your own grave. Well, you're dead. Well, technically, your grave is already dug. Oh, my mistake. I might take some time, Susan, to visit you in your grave, and take a nice whiz on it. I really think I would just pay my respects to your final resting place with a nice with some nice yellow liquid, to fertilize your flowers, while you're pushing up daisies. Yeah. Well, if you just came in, give me some more likes. I'm a forgiving man. Not right now, Bronny. Not that much, Jay. Really? You never went to heaven, Susan. But you're not really Susan at the same time. Susan is dead. There is no communication with the dead. And you're dead. Quite dead. Way dead. And basically, you're not Susan because Susan is dead. Okay? Enough of this delusion. You're not Susan. Let me explain this to you. I talked about in some live streams about a certain social worker that I really hated. I gave her name out, Susan Hilly. And someone on the internet found out that she was dead. She died in the early 2000s. This person was cold-blooded and heartless. The worst person. She was manipulative. She was a liar. And she had no compassion when she stole children from her family. She had a lot of enemies in my town, needless to say. So, this person was a horrible human being. So, needless to say, this individual, I've heard so many stories about this person from my family and from my own personal experience with her. Manipulative, cold-blooded, selfish. All these things could describe Susan Hilly. Like I said, she was a social worker, a CPS agent in my town years ago. She's no longer amongst the living. And I did a AI rendering. And they took this. I didn't have any picture of her, so I went to the AI art program. And this Susan Hilly is using the AI art program I did of her. And eventually, the AI art program got the eyes right, those cold-blooded eyes. And I was able to make a nice portrait of her, you could say. Jay. Thank you, Jay. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Werewolf. Well, let me explain. I am a werewolf. Susan Hilly found that out because she basically took a bunch of she didn't know it wasn't human children she was taking from a werewolf family, and eventually she found out. Eventually. Because we nearly tore her apart. At least we tore her partner apart. Yeah, oh boy, it was some good times. She was so scared. She was like begging. She was begging for. Oh man, she did anything we wanted her to do. We told her. Yeah. Oh boy. Boy, you changed your attitude about us that day. Yeah, because you had to do what we said at that point. You were so afraid. Grizz. You should have seen the look on Susan's face. I mean, it was just. it was the look of utter horror, and she was just so willing to cooperate with us, so willing to do what we wanted. After we showed her what real power was, she thought she had the power. We showed her that we were the real power. Very funny, Jay. Very funny. Really, like you knew. You had no clue, Susan. Not a clue that you were dealing with werewolf kids. Not a clue. If you did, you would never have tried to take a werewolf children from a werewolf family. We were cubs. Okay? You took cubs. And you didn't ever expect the werewolf cubs can be just as vicious. Really, it's like you really need to work on yourself. I mean, well, there's no use working on yourself because you're 6 feet under. Way under. You were on a power trip back then. Of course, we both know you're not Susan Hilly. It's to remind you, Susan, just to remind you that you never were in control. You were on a power trip back then. Because you thought you had that badge. You could do whatever you want. We had something far more powerful. And that's what really scared you, Susan. A pack stays together, Susan. Werewolves stick together. You knew that. You remember, Susan? You remember? Do you remember when basically you got stopped by a highway patrolman, and He turned out to be a werewolf? Oh, that was the biggest shock of your life after what happened with us. You got stopped by a highway patrolman and he showed his true face. And you were just shocked again and you were told to shut up and don't bother those kids no more. Oh man, I swear, Susan, that day you wet yourself. We're all over the world, Susan. Like I said, we're in different family groups. Werewolves are a family-based people. We value and treasure family. But Susan, unless you're coming back as a zombie or a ghost, I doubt that's going to happen. No, they don't. No, they don't. Out in the wire, movie myth. But did somebody turn you into a vampire, Susan? Are you a vampire now? Huh? That might be what it is. Well. I'll explain to you. Vampires, when they're dealing with a werewolf during a full moon, they run. Guaranteed. Vampire will run when they encounter a werewolf on a full moon, because a werewolf just don't care. And a werewolf's a lot stronger in full wolf mode, so. Howdy, Terry. You only helped yourself, Susan. You had enemies all over the town. Are you a ghoul, Susan? You know, vampires have ghouls. I'm thinking they reanimate you and turn you to a ghoul. There was no compassion. You with compassion? Oh boy, that's a joke. Very. You didn't raise me. Oh boy, now you're lying, Susan. You were a facilitator, Susan. You threw me around into foster homes for a time. That's all you did. Me and my brothers. Safe, huh? I don't know how safe they were. They were highly abusive. Safe. They weren't that safe, Susan. They were abusive. Well, yeah. But you have to understand something. When a werewolf is at half wolf transformation, he's got his intellectual faculties out as well. and just as strong as a vampire. Equally strong. So, yeah, you couldn't do that, Susan. We made you submit. Remember? Please don't kill me. I'll do anything you want. Remember when you said that? Remember when you pissed yourself? Man, oh man. Seriously, you don't remember it right. No, Susan, you were scared. Scared of the wolf. Yes. I'm starting to think Susan is not a vampire. She's a ghoul. Ghouls are servants of the vampires. They can go out in the daytime, but they are dead, pretty much. There can... No, it isn't, Amanda. No, it isn't. Then what are you? A ghost? Are you a woohoo? Woo! Because you're... Either one of those things. Yeah, and that wasn't my script, Amanda. That was Moose's parody of my script. And I might sue him. Remember that. As soon as I get enough evidence. And I'm close to getting it. Oh yeah, you were really good at your job. And you were really good at stealing kids from loving homes. Screenshots, Dave. Screenshots where he was saying, Dave, oh, he was making the assertion that I wrote that parody, and I did not. I got the screenshots, Dave. I don't like Moose. I despise him. I'm being honest with you, Dave. I don't like him. I got nothing more to say to you. I'm tired of playing this stupid game. Okay, Susan Hilly's dead. You're not Susan Hilly, okay? I didn't steal anything. The point is here is that, Dave, I don't like Moose. And he's making these parodies of my script and claiming that it's my work. I didn't like that then. I don't like it now. But I gotta lump it at the same time. He's your friend. He's not my friend. I despise the son of a bitch. You know what I mean? And I'm not the only one who doesn't like him, Dave. He's not funny. No, I did not, Dave. Let him make fun of me. But don't make any claims that I wrote something that I didn't. Don't use AI to generate my voice and then make the claim that it's my work. That's nasty gum. It's not. Grizz. That's funny. Anyway. I think we've had a lot of fun tonight. Had a little fun with the werewolf stuff. You know, played a little game. I want a vampire master you, sir. Susan Hilly, the ghoul. I don't know what she's claiming. It would make sense that you're out on the wire, the Canadian pun on the wire. Good for you, Dave. I'm so glad of it. No more. Okay, I gotta go. God bless you, and all glory goes to God. Amen. And as for Moose, I'm sorry, but I don't like you. I don't like you one bit. Won't work with you again. After those horrible parodies that you put out. So funny it hurts. You know? Bye-bye.